Okay. Should be good, and then I'll have the capture, yeah. Okay. Assuming it recognizes my cat? No, that was the enter key. Hold on, I need to... I don't know why it suddenly decided to not recognize, Yep, but this is a spin-off of the Neptunia franchise, which I am really not that familiar with at all, so... Okay, there we go. I can't see out mouse capture. Okay. Yeah, that should be good. Okay. Yeah, I checked. Audio levels are about where they should be. Oh, hello, Alice. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. It's very good to see you. Yeah, so this is a game that I picked up because it is, based on Space Harrier, the classic 1985 Sega arcade game that is one of my favorite games of all time, and I got to play a deluxe cabinet of it once when I was, in the Chicago area. I got to go to Galloping Ghost, and I would really love to do that again at some point. So I hope everyone is doing well today. I don't think this will take the whole stream, which is why, well, if we have enough time, I will be, playing more Outrun 2006, because it's my best idea. Yeah, for some reason, there's no option in this game to invert the controls. It's normal controls, which is what I'm used to anyway. But, like, if someone actually wanted inverted Y-axis, you just don't have that, and I'm not sure why. So I'm guessing, yeah, you pick up these coins. That has some helper function, but otherwise, yeah, this level looks very much like Space Harrier. You know, it's got the tile grid on the bottom. Got all the trees and the stuff right there. Oh, hello, Chiron. Welcome. Yes, this is a Harrier-vania, I guess. Yeah, so I don't really know much about Neptunia at all. I know there are like several games and other media related to the franchise. Yeah, I'm really here for the Space Harrier, honestly. If someone points. Yes, okay, if it's gay, then maybe I'll look into it, but I don't know. It also seems to be one of those games where the weird weebs sometimes are into, and that doesn't necessarily mean that's bad, it's just sometimes harder for me to get into. But yeah, everything in here does look nice, the music is great, so at least you're getting a very enjoyable Space Harrier-like game. Oh, nice. Okay, now we do have our first wingmate here. Oh, this also does have rapid fire. I don't need to mash the buttons. I'm just used to like playing Space Harrier where you have to mash the buttons. So, pretty much. Anyway, if you do want to play the original Space Harrier, it is available in Yakuza 0, which is a game that you absolutely should play anyway for the non-Sega arcade stuff, but that does have some of you know, the classic Yu Suzuki arcade games in there too, so yeah, this is an interesting boss. Yes, giant eggplant just attacking. As I've made it clear, I don't really have context for anything in this game, so admittedly, the character is like a bit big in terms of visibility on the screen, but it doesn't seem to be too much of an issue. That's like my only real minor complaint with the game so far. Oh. Got some mobile suits there. Yeah, on the original Space Harrier, actually, both on the title screen and one of the enemies in the game, looks suspiciously like a Zaku from Gundam. It's just amusing. Clearly, they got inspiration from that and from the Never-Ending Story, which is where one of the ideas to make it more of a fantasy kind of setting as well as the bonus stages where you're riding on the dragon. And, yeah. Alright, fair enough, Jeb. Oh, nice, I got... I don't know how you switch. Rolls, move, shoot, slash... Oh, I didn't know you had a slash. Okay. I guess those are useful for the mech enemies. Yeah, I didn't realize I had a slash before. I checked the controls, but it was more of a, okay, what are the basic things? Do they have any configurable options? Oops, I did not press the slash button in time. Suppose you don't really need to slash, you can just dodge. But I assume these crystals are breakable, it's just not worth it. Okay, the wingmates seem to come automatically, so you don't have to select them. Oh, big dragon. Oh, you're a good ancient dragon. And look, it's just trying to pet us. I just want to pet the ancient dragon. I don't want to fight it. And yeah, you can also press the left button if you don't want to just move your thumb off of the A button. Talking and didn't pay attention to which hand that was coming out of. That's okay. It wasn't that difficult of a boss anyway. Yes, you really have Linalia. I mean, I wanted pet thing before, but I guess I just didn't express it as much. Alright, thank you so much for stopping by, Ellie, and for the raid, so have a good night. You appear to be in some port. Yeah, it doesn't seem that difficult. In fact, I seem to have gotten health back between stages, which certainly helps. Not every arcade game would do that. You know, they want you to keep putting credits, but... Well, Space Harrier didn't really have that, because Space Harrier didn't actually have health, per se. It just had lives, and you could put in more quarters at the beginning to get more lives, and you could put in another quarter at any point. Oh! Okay, these enemies. Kind of annoying, actually. Well, I guess we could just do the good old circle strats. So this has a vague oops, I ran into that. This does have a vague resemblance to Mario, so it's probably based on something... Oh. Oh, I see, yeah, okay, that would make sense then for why this would... Okay, we got another wingmate. That's good. Oh! Also, speaking of Wii though, CFW does make me think of custom firmware. I'm not sure if that's the intention or not. Kind of funny if it did. Oh no, I died. How many score points do I have? Yeah, I have definitely hit you. How do I actually get up? Hello? Now my controls just aren't responding at all. That's weird. Yeah, something's weird here. My controls just are not responding. Either my keyboard controls or anything else. Huh? Like, I seriously don't know what's going on. I might have to restart the game. Yeah, okay. I think we're gonna have to restart the game. I don't know what's going on there, but something weird happened. Try this again. Uh, or it actually closes fully, and then... Yeah. I'll try replugging in. Yeah, I have no idea why. Maybe I'll start Steam, because now it's just not recognizing my controller at all. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. It was really weird, and I don't know why it suddenly stopped. Yep, I don't even know either. Oh, still not recognizing it. Get into a different... Okay. And now I'm dropping frames too. Oh, yeah, I don't know what's going on with this. Hold on, let's see if keyboard and mouse just randomly work with the game. Yeah, okay, that works. So I hope I don't have to restart my computer or something. Sorry, just restarting. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna have to exit VTube Studio. I'm still here, but you know what? I'm gonna see Outrun 2006 works. You're not gonna see anything. You're just gonna hear stuff for a bit. Yeah, okay, that definitely works. Let's restart Steam and let's see what's going on. Yeah, I suppose you can pet the empty desktop. First. Oh, net one's... Now I'm back here. Okay. Nope, still not letting me. That's so weird. I don't want to use the arrow keys. I have no idea why it suddenly decided to not use my controller at all. Yeah, this is... Okay, there we go. Now it says config loaded game. Let's see. Start it now. Okay. I think we have fixed it. Let me check here. Yep, okay. Everything looks fine, so now let's start this again. I don't know why it was doing that, but thank you for holding out with me. I always hate when everything suddenly falls apart right after people decide to stop by and watch, but we seem to... good. Yeah, so other than that, other than the random technical issues, this game has been fun so far. Yeah, so... I guess I could tell you a bit about my experience with Space Area that I alluded to, so... in 2018, when I got to visit Chicago, I decided, of course, that I would take part of a day to just go to Galloping Ghost and spend a few hours there. So there are a lot of neat things, but honestly, by far my favorite, well, not so much by far, but definitely my favorite still. And that was including some other great stuff, like the prototype board for the grid. There was a Forgotten World with the actual spinner control. There was Time Traveler even in the original holographic cabinet. So a lot of like great stuff that you can't really experience at home. But then there was an actual deluxe cabinet of Space Harrier that had the whole pod and everything, and it was really cool. And yeah, like I already loved that game beforehand, but that just cemented it even further. So I was quite happy that I was able to do that, and certainly hope that at some point I will be able to go back there. Because I'm not sure if there are any deluxe cabinets. I can't imagine. They were certainly not the cheapest, and probably not the most reliable with the moving parts either. So like anything there was probably converted to some other Sega Scalar game or something else, especially if the arcade needed more room or money or something. Like, unfortunate, because the only cabinets I've seen of Outrun and Afterburner 2 are stand-ups, which is like fine, but you know, they're very good games on their own anyway. But that does mean that, you know, I can't get the full deluxe experience like I was able to with Space Harrier. So that is a shame. Outrun I've actually seen in quite a few places, although the first time I did was like, I was pretty young and not very good at it at all. There's like this one sequence of turns at the beginning that you like have to slow down for, and that always tripped me up. Kind of hard. I think that was honestly where the idea for drifting in Outrun 2 came from. Just that specific series. Okay, yes, you can slash those robots, so that's good. Those you can at least shoot, at least with my wingmate here. But yes, as I mentioned before, it is available in Yakuza 0, which is also a very good game as far as its main gameplay is, but one of the nice features about it is that you can just go to arcade, specifically the Sega High-Tech Land, because they would call them, or at least there some of them. Some of the arcades that they had at that point, and then be able to play that, as well as a surprisingly easy UFO catcher, which I assume is just secret backdoor advertising to get people to try them in real life, because I don't think it would be as easy to actually get things out of there if I actually were to go to Japan and play a real one of those. My only real luck with crane machines in general was one time, like 10 or 15 years ago. There was this 25-cent crane machine at this casino arcade at the beach boardwalk that my family likes to go to. These ones, like, they were very simple ones. They only had the buttons to move as opposed to, you know, an actual joystick. But I was able to get a Pikachu plush. Unfortunately, I don't know where it is. It was a great plush, though. And it was nice that I was able to get it for exactly 25 cents. Like, that is my one real good luck with crane machines that I've not been able to replicate. And, I've been trying to pet the ancient dragon for a while. It seems like it was trying to pet us at the beginning too, but that seemed to hurt us, so... Sorry, dragon. Okay, yeah, you get a bit of health back between stages. That's good. Okay, now we're back to the Wii stage. CFW boss. Which I don't know if that stands for custom firmware or not, but that's what I'm thinking of. Especially since we prescient recently with Nintendo just deciding to, you know, completely stop supporting systems, and the only way to play some old games is to do homebrew. But I'm not going to talk about that too much. But it is one of those things that's like, yes, why does Nintendo have to have a good system with a lot of good games from various third-party developers on it? That being said, I have tried out playing GameCube games on my Wii U, and it works well. The only unfortunate issue I have is that for some reason, even though I think my brother actually used the Wii in 2020, when I tried it last year, just play it, the Wiimotes just did not work. I like put in new batteries and everything, and I didn't get any sort of lights. Nothing would turn on. So I don't know, maybe if the contacts had corroded to a point of it being unusable. It didn't look like that though, because I've seen okay, I see. Yeah. That would make more sense. It's just funny the way it reminds me of that for a franchise about anthropomorphized game consoles. I think that's the one. There's also Sega Hard Girls, which is different. Okay. Sorry, Jab. You're gonna have to fill me in on all the Neptunia lore, because I don't know anything going into this. I literally bought this for the Space Harrier. That would definitely make sense. But at least, like, there is a method, it seems, to just use the gamepad. And that seemed to work fine, like, it booted the game that I tried and everything. I just wish, like, because I don't think I could use my GameCube controller without actually going into the Wii homebrew menu, and then I can't do without a Wiimote. Okay. Apparently that is something in this game right there. Yeah, I'm just very much enjoying this game. There isn't too much to say because, yeah, I don't know the lore. There's a lot of, just plays well, it looks nice, it sounds nice. Yeah, I have a GameCube adapter. I actually got it, like, when I first got my Wii U, just so I could, play Smash using it and stuff. And apparently it works fine with Switch also. Like, I've tested it, when my brother was there, because he has Smash Ultimate. Got a Switch Lite before I got my Switch. So at one point when he was home, we played a bit there, and I was able to use the GameCube adapter just fine, even though it was made before the Switch was released. But it did not need a firmware update or anything, or, So, that is what I would like to be using, but I don't think you can. I think the method I used for getting the gamepad makes it only actually work with the gamepad, and not with anything else, because that would mean I would need an actual working Wiimote to do there. So, who knows? Maybe we could try to find one somewhere used for cheap. I don't really like eBay too much. Oh, it's Warachu. Yes, okay, I see. Oop. Throwing Wara CDs. This is even like the first game ever, by the way, to have... Oh, and RCA jacks. To have Juarez as a... Oh. Yeah, okay, I see how they're supposed to do these. It's just kind of annoying to judge. Right there. Neo Geo Battle Coliseum had, like, a Juarez as the evil, Nest-like organization that ended up creating their own version of Orochi called Mizuchi. And that was the final boss of that game. Well, piracy was clearly not the cause of SNK's issues. In fact, I'm not even sure how many Neo Geo bootlegs there were during its life. Oh. Fighting. Let's go straight up into... Oh, actually we don't. We go into a stage. Okay, I thought it was like, okay, this might be a boss fight, or even just starting with a boss, but it wasn't. But yeah. So that's just kind of amusing. Neo Geo Battle Coliseum is an interesting, game, and... Also because of, some of the, harder, picks. In terms of like, okay, we're able to create an actual SNK crossover without like having to make anyone that's just good for fighting games. So like, they could kind of do that with the Strikers in 2000, which I think was partly like the point of having all the alternate ones. Like, okay, this is the last one by the original Neo Geo team, so we're just gonna stick in all the references we can in this game. But then Battle Coliseum, you get like Kisara from Aggressors of Dark Combat, for instance. And I think there's some other bigger pulls. Was King Lion in there? I think so, actually. I think that was just Striker in 2000. Yeah, sorry, I can't read chat that much, I'm focusing. And it gets especially harder when I'm playing on like a layout like this, because I can't have the chat on my main monitor. I have to put it off to the side, normally. Because, like when I'm playing a 4x3 game, I can kind of just look at my on-screen chat in OBS and get a sense of that quickly here, but like when I'm doing a 16:9 game, which covers most of my monitor, this is running in 1600x900 window, so I can get it to still work fine with my layout. Oh no, I should not have stood there. Oh nice, I got all the wingmates apparently. Oh, stop. Yeah, the only problem I think is that some of the 3D is a bit difficult to judge. But I feel like they've done this well, which like not every space Harrier-like, like whether it be back in the day or more recently, has been able to do. Well, I haven't actually played like a modern in the Space Harrier like besides for this, but I'm thinking of like Burning Force, the Namco arcade game that eventually got ported to the Genesis. That one seemed to do it pretty well, but then like the Cotton games that tried the 3D perspective just weren't quite as good. Especially not Rainbow Cotton, the past one. I still do want to play that game at some point, but okay. You keep on doing this, and I might actually have a chance. Yep. Okay. Good. Phew. Is that it? Yeah, I see. Oh, that was a nice game. Yeah, it was short, but this game itself also only cost $5, so like you certainly got your money's worth. I think I will try hard mode just to see how far I can make it, but yeah, I definitely didn't figure that we would do that much. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. It's short, it's cheap. Oh, let me just check the credits. Okay. Yes. Yep, it's got a pretty small team. Hello, Selling Mistake. Welcome. I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. But I don't know what I was at to say. Oh yeah. So don't worry, I will be playing a bit more of this. I do want to try hard mode. We can't continue here, but maybe we'll make it through since I didn't have to continue in normal mode. And now that I know like where the enemies are and stuff. I don't know necessarily if that has any other differences, so yeah. Don't worry, there's still a bit more. I didn't figure this game would take that long just because of what I've seen. Even though I didn't like see any actual footage, I saw the trailer, I saw the review page and other stuff, and certainly people did mention the game's length, but yeah, for $5 you really can't go wrong with this. There are a lot worse ways, honestly, to spend $5 on Steam. That's for sure. And like, yeah, it doesn't have like it isn't as long as Space Harrier even, or have like the bonus stages and stuff. But it's still a very much enjoyable experience, and if you just really love that game like I do and you just want more of it, this will absolutely satisfy that need. I got hit there. That shouldn't be an issue though. Actually, we'll see how much health I get back between stages. I can't imagine you would just have one health bar total. And then yeah, this game looks and sounds very nice, honestly. So far, this boss seems to work the exact same way. Going to guess there are achievements for doing stuff in hard mode, at least clearing the game in hard mode. Maybe not necessarily all the levels like there was your first clear of them, but yeah, these enemies become quite easy when you've got your wingmate here. And that boss also, even on hard, didn't seem to put much of a challenge, and we did get some health back. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I always like that when the game just puts in, you know, a big enemy, a huge battleship is approaching from the Darius series is a different. Oh, okay. Apparently, you get an achievement for no hitting. Yeah. Okay, that's definitely not something I'm gonna grind for on stream because that would just be tedious and constant just restarting the game when I get hit. And I don't want to put in the time for that right now. That would definitely be if I did that, I would... If I decided to do that, I would definitely do that off stream, as you can see, yeah. There's a big difference between not getting hit and not dying, so... Because you do have a pretty generous health bar. Which, I think I mentioned this before, the original Space Harrier didn't have that. It had lives. And... It actually, it wasn't like credits or anything. Like, when you put in a credit, it would just add in more lives, for each credit you put in the game, so... Yeah, hard mode, you don't get continues at all. That's what it said. Otherwise, you could spend points to continue, but the first time we tried that, the game broke and I had to figure out what was going on there. Yeah, I also like they have little descriptions and stuff. Okay, it starts off with this attack. That's weird. I thought we were gonna start with the petting attack. Nope, it's certainly doing different stuff this time. Yeah, okay, when it stands up like that, it's gonna rush toward me. Oh! Okay, now it's doing that. But it's almost dead anyway. Yeah, but like... And then I got like some interesting stuff in the Saturn era. Like Radiant Silver Gun's Be Attitude for Gains, basically. Just a bunch of cool sounding text that doesn't really mean anything. But then you got like Thunder Force 5, which has actual like lore descriptions of the bosses, but it goes by so quickly that like I can't imagine anyone would be able to read that. I certainly can't, and I read pretty fast. And especially not some native Japanese speaker who has to learn English. Like, I can't imagine they would ever be able to fight. Look at that. That went out, but like, yeah, if you like look closely or you freeze frame or something on the text for the bosses in Thunder Force 5, you will absolutely see that. Yes, it is like actual like lore descriptions, like kind of like in Mega Man X4 actually, when you know select a Maverick and it tells you their backstory, and stuff. Oh yes, I definitely, yeah. Yes, I like the third most popular mouse, and like the last one, the Ancient Dragon, was like the recurring series villain or something. Yeah, here's the Liquorist. Okay, this one also starts out with a different attack, but this is the same type that we've seen before. Yeah, you just gotta get out of the way of the licks. So I do like that it's like a 3D segmented kind of... Well, not really segmented, but it definitely uses that 3D perspective kind of thing that like Scalar games use, like especially if you saw Thunderblade, for instance. That one had, you know, segmented buildings, but kind of that one, or like really... Like the way these projectiles are popping out, like if you imagine if I was flying overhead and they were shooting straight up, like there were games that used that kind of perspective tool there, so I think that's good. Okay, and that boss is down. Okay, yeah, you don't get all your health back, at least not in hard mode, but we do get a bit of a refill. But also on that subject, as I mentioned, the Darius, like the Darius, huge battleship is approaching when it does just the boss name. Those are, pretty iconic. Although in the first game, at least in some versions of it, I'm not sure necessarily which ones, oops. There is this boss that for whatever reason is called My Home Daddy, and I am not sure why. It's not the only time that Taito had a weird use of the word daddy in there. But that other time, at least, was the song Daddy Mulk, where it kind of made sense because that's what the sounded like to the composer. But there, it just didn't. And like, first time Dot saw that when she was playing one of the PC Engine ports. I think it was like Super Darius, I don't know, or Darius Plus. Whatever the one was that came out on CD was it was like hilarious. I think actually I made the clip for that. Yes, here's the third most popular mouse in the world. The Warachu. I also find it interesting that, like, I know Juarez, the word itself, is like just elite version of Wares, but I just always pronounce it Juarez. I don't know why. Like, was that something that was like common? Or is that just something I was making up on my own from just reading it at first? Oh yes, in the oh. Yeah, okay, I don't think I'm gonna do these unless I'm particularly close to them. Good at judging the depth. Okay, this CD sure isn't quite as... Okay, good. Oh wow, that was barely any health refill. That's not good, actually. Yeah, this is... Okay, if I don't get hit, it might still be good. I don't remember this, the forever enemy actually being difficult, but then I say that as I take an unnecessary hit here. I should... These enemies get close to me, I should just slash. Yeah, I know R4 is a bit tough. Okay. It seems these bosses are also kind of... I mean, these robot enemies are also tough to take without a wingmate, so... You can dodge them. Ah, interesting. Yeah, this is a multi-segmented dragon-like enemy, which it's very Space Harrier. Like, even in the Space Harrier section in Bayonetta. Okay, now we're actually fighting. Hope we can do this well. My one heart. Oh, my half heart left. Wow, that went to not doing. Okay, that should at least help us a bit. Oh no! Aww. Okay, I'm going to start again. That didn't take too long. And I was getting pretty close. Yeah. I mean, even hard, yes. Okay, it certainly is more difficult. Even like factoring in the, even if you don't factor in the continue system, hard mode does seem to have sometimes a bit more enemies or different boss patterns. Or at least they start out doing something different than what they end up doing later. These enemies can be taken out with this shot. Okay, yeah, the first one is just a dangerous vegetable. Whose pattern seems to be the same as in normal mode anyway. It just starts with these eggplants. Yeah, that's fair. Eggplants only know one attack, and it's eggplants. Oops. I hit right when the boss was exploding. Huh. And I got one heart back for that. Yeah. Let's see, besides for the eggplant wizards and Kid Icarus, are there any other, like, famous actual eggplant enemies in games? Okay. Yeah, those those enemies I can just kind of dodge off to the side and have my wingmates take out. Hey, this. Yeah, this is just the recurring boss of the series, okay. If I remember correctly, yeah, this dragon has the charge attack now, which it... Oh, okay, now it was actually starting with the petting attack. Rocks, that's simple enough to dodge. Petting again. good because you kind of stay toward the middle and you can easily get what it's telegraphed. Okay. I wasn't even like paying too much attention to the background. I realized, yes, the background also very much confirms it as being. Oh. Being Mario there, as it is outright it's just a castle flag. Okay, fighting the Licorice again. Okay, starting with the actual target lick attack. Okay, now it's gonna do the ripples. Interesting, yeah. A lot of the others, like some of the attacks are straight up aimed at you. Others of them aren't. Like that one is. So that one actually doing the Space Harrier circle strats makes sense. But like for the ripples, or for that one, it isn't because it's meant for a specific area of the screen. Alright, that was good. Okay, on to stage 4. Yeah, I guess the only real disadvantage of the slash is that it keeps you in place for like half a second. Other than that, isn't really too much harm in using it. Or any really harm, I should say. Oh. Yeah, okay, so these enemies actually do go fire shots directly at you, as do those. Oh. Yeah, I guess this is where the game picks up a bit in hard mode. Also, I like the little handheld systems just kind of embedded in the ground there. Oh, gee. No. I don't like this attack. This can be hard to predict where it's going, yeah. Yeah, the RCA jacks and the ones, the actual attacks with the coins in the middle, like that one. Those are easy enough to get around. And I don't really like going inside, though. It's the ones where the CD is tossed in a cutter shape. Even this one isn't so bad, because you can tell exactly where they're coming from. Okay. We lost a lot of hearts in that stage, but let's see. Let's see if we'll be able to complete the final stage here. No, and I do want to try at least one more time. So I did like instinctively get out of the way there, because when it does that, it's about to charge into the screen. Normally the forever enemy there. Arfoir. Ah, I see. Hello, Malamet. Welcome. You can ask Jeb about that. This is literally the first Neptuneo game I've played. And the reason why I'm playing it is because it's like Space Harrier. It's a very fun game, and I would certainly recommend it even if you don't... You just like Space Harrier and not really in the Neptunia like I am, but if you want to check out the series, then yeah, probably just ask Jeb here. Oh. Oh no! Didn't realize that was gonna go right for me. No, okay. That was my I miscalculated there. I'm going to try this again. On hard. It's my miscalculation. I didn't realize I was all the way. Yeah. Yeah, like that's why. It certainly seems to be the kind of game that like your weak types would be into. Which I guess is why I didn't like really look into it, but if there is some good stuff in there, alright, check it out at some point. But this game is, I'm just here for the Space Harriers. That's fine, we can get health back. As long as I don't lose a lot of health in stage 4 again, we should be good. Or miscalculate and think that I was somehow able to dodge farther left to there. Yeah, I'm just testing the screen boundaries. You know what, is there a... Yeah, let me just restart here. We already beat out in normal, so... Figured I would just try hard because there's nothing else that this game has right now. Oop. Yeah, that's fine. Like, half a heart is perfectly fine. Also, I guess I wish there was some indication of how much time you have left for your wingmate. Like, I just think it's just a little addition that would be nice. Yeah, I only really have very minor complaints with this game. You can probably tell. I've just been enjoying this a lot. In fact, it might have been in Ellie's chat where it came up. I don't remember where someone first heard about it, but first told me about it, but then I immediately wanted to play it because it was a, like a space area, like, and it definitely is. Oh. Oh, wow, I didn't actually lose any, health there. That's interesting. I guess maybe it was just like the equivalent of just running into an object, but I figured that might have only been like... If they have that mechanic still, that might only be like for like the minor obstacles in the first stage. Like the trees and stuff. Or the bushes. Cause yeah, in the original, in the first stage at least, there were some smaller obstacles that if you ran in, you would just kind of stumble a bit. But then, you know, the bigger trees and stuff were the rocks, and then like the pillars in the later stages, if you actually ran into those, you would die. Hey, it's gonna do the petting attack now. Yep, the recurring boss of the series. Oh! Right, I forgot that that one exists. That's unfortunate, but this stage wasn't much of an issue. It was really stage 4, I think, that I just lost a bit of health. And you don't seem to get a lot of health back in hard mode. Yeah, those enemies are like, I think, the most annoying thing in this level in particular. Okay, let me try to remember how... Okay, yeah. Got that attack, it's got the, the big one and the target. Oh! No, I don't think I took... Oh, wait. The only thing is, those spike balls coming out do sometimes interfere with the circle strats. Oh. Got hit trying to get that coin. Not good. That's not really a big deal. Still good going into stage 4. I just have to hope we're good getting out of it. Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't even realize they're like... Yeah, okay, I have to be careful now, but there are, yeah, because these are enemies that launch stuff at you. They're like different controllers and systems embedded in the ground, like... There were just Saturn controllers. I think I saw like yes, this looks like mostly a PSP. Yeah, that's another Saturn controller. The Game Boy, clearly. At least those shots aren't... Those are like kind of Danmaku patterns, where the shots aren't really aimed at you, so that isn't as much of an issue. Oh! Come on, go big already, so start. Yeah, there we go. Just hope you don't start with the CZ cutter. Oh no, you do. Okay. So it looks like it either goes up or down. This attack, unless I get caught, behind, like, too far away, that's not gonna be an issue. And those, yeah, it's better. Better just dodge. Those vaguely fly towards you, but they also come out in a pattern that you can easily see. Oh, oh. Hey, this is not looking good anymore. Let's see if we can get through the next stage just fine. Because, like, the actual enemy portion isn't. It's mainly, R4 herself. Yeah, level 4 is definitely accepted. It throws a lot of bullets towards you, especially near the end with some of those crawler bots. Again, when the staff stands up like that, I think she's gonna charge. So, even though we're not anywhere near that part of the stage yet. Oh. Not have tried to kill that. I don't need to worry about actually killing these things. Okay, yeah, now she's gonna... Those charges are pretty well telegraphed, honestly. I just have to make sure I'm actually in a position where I can move out of the way in time and don't, like, try to... I didn't expect her to go into that one next, so... Oh no! Ah, okay. I'm gonna try one more time. We got pretty close there. Oh, no, that's normal. I did not want it to be normal. Oops. Okay. Yeah, I think... There, yeah. Yeah, I think stage 4 is really the, big issue. I managed to beat that just fine. I can have enough health for the final boss. Just that, yeah, the final boss takes a lot of hits, which is understandable because she is the final boss, but it also just means there's more chance to just, yeah, get hit by something I wasn't quite prepared for. Alright, that's understandable. It is pretty late where you are. So have a good night, Lena. Thank you so much for stopping by. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I try to just make my streams really chill and enjoyable. I think that's the best, where I'm just playing games I enjoy. And then even if I don't necessarily not able to always talk about the background or lore or whatever else in the... I can at least enjoy the aesthetics and watch my attempts at gameplay. Wait, hold on. Okay. Oh yeah, I do really appreciate it. Yeah, just having like that little portal thing where you can see where the shots are coming from does help a lot in terms of being able to know where you're supposed to dodge. And then you just kind of have to react to that specifically, not necessarily where exactly the bullets are. And oh yeah, I guess this counts as a shmup. I always occasionally just play shmups on stream. I'm not particularly good at them. The last one, yeah, I did Super Aleste and Glaylancer. Those are quite good. And I know, I've kind of been thinking of doing Thunder Force 5 because that's what I've been trying off stream. I'm just not able to get too far in it yet. Oh yeah, I'm sure there's a Neptune shmup. Maybe I should check that out too, but... At least this is, you know, the more unique, moving toward the screen Space Harrier type game. Oh, there are plenty of other shmups I could play. Even Toho. I do plan on doing that on stream at some point again. What are you gonna do the first time? You're gonna do rocks? No. Oh yeah, okay, you are gonna do rocks. Heading attack. Yeah, I kind of figured of the spin-offs, Neptunia would be prime example, though. I'm just kind of also reminded, oh, I guess I didn't actually take a hit there. In the Dreamcast RPG Sega Gaga, basically the one where it's like, hey, oh, here's an RPG about Sega failing as a console manufacturer. There is like a mini game where you fight various Sega consoles. I think that has Thunder Force 5 music, or part of it, whatever. It was, I know in like several of the games, the composer, Yakutaro Tsukumo, like had this one. I don't remember what it was called, like Sword of Judgment? I don't remember what the actual track title was. Enemies are annoying. But it was like multiple parts, and I think some of them were in earlier games, and like the full song was used for the final boss in Thunder Force 5, and I think that's the one that also plays during that minigame, because Sega had bought Technosoft assets at that point. And the game itself is also, I think, most inspired by Thunder Force. I think you even got like some of the boss flavor text that I was talking about before in like the consoles, which would make sense. You know, showing things related to the console's storage medium and... Okay, we're not quite as good going in. No. Kind of a bit distracted there. Oh, too late. Yeah, this is not looking good. I'm gonna still play this through, but I might get another attempt after. Because this isn't quite as going into stage 4 as I wanted. Yeah, so this is the problem here, because there are just a lot of shots that are aimed directly at you. You kind of have to do the circle strat or something. Oh. Yeah, okay, that was a bad idea. Yeah, you know what, I'm gonna restart. Normally I like to play credits through, but I think in that case I'd just be wasting time. But I'm kind of wondering if I just change my original stream plans and just play the real space area after this. I haven't, like, ever 1cc'd that game or even gotten close, but it might be a nice refresher to play that. I could play it in MAME, even though the problem was that space area, the original arcade game used a non-centering joystick. So when you control it in MAME, even though the analog is mostly fine, it seems surprisingly fine for Sega stuff, either because it was calibrated like directly for that, or those stuff just happened to fit really well. I don't know what the case is, but I found generally that like when I run analog games from Sega and MAME, those tend to do pretty well. While like Namco and Konami aren't quite as good, or Atari, definitely not. You know what, actually, no, I think I'm gonna stick to my original plan. I think we're gonna play a bit more Outrun 2006. Actually, because I'm a bit tired, so I might, like, I'm not sure how much longer I want to stream after that part anyway, so at least I could attempt maybe more of the races or courses or something. Okay. You also don't have to fly through these gates. I guess they're just kind of loading. Yeah, I guess they're kind of loading zones, actually. The one thing, besides for the Sega Scalar connection that connects this game to Outrun 2006, the fact that that had to have loading zones in between stages, because, you know, it was made for CD-based systems, and... well, yeah, I think computer also. Technically, the original had required disc DRM, like one of the really annoying kinds too. Fortunately, the particular source that I got it from didn't. And I know, and like the Steam version, well, obviously wouldn't. I think it was sold on Steam at one point, but it isn't because of licensing reasons. Just a shame. Like, even Outrun Online Arcade eventually had to be taken down because of licensing reasons. That was the Xbox Live Arcade version of that game that didn't have any of the original Outrun 2 tracks because they didn't have enough space, so that just had Outrun 2 SP. Like, it did have some of the extra missions and stuff, though, that you would get in 2006, but... They're limited by file size, but that was eventually delisted in, like, 2012 because of the Ferrari license, which I guess is also why that ended up being delisted from Steam, too. Oh, yeah, I mean, I would definitely like a real Saturn at some point. I have one. Like, if I do ever start ordering things from Japanese auction. Paying attention there. Then, a Japanese Saturn would definitely be on mine, especially because those aren't that expensive. From there, and then, yeah. The Sega Ages collection I've heard is good. I mean, some of it was actually done by Utubo Games, which are made of former Denpa staff. Denpa being a company that had ported a lot of games, like they were the software division of Microsoft, and they ported a lot of games to the X68000. Many of them with like a good amount of options. Like even their port of what was it? Their port of Dragon Spirit from 1988 has a Tate mode. Probably the first home game to do so. So they would usually end stuff and. Oh yeah, and their port of Fantasy Zone has a secret space area level that, as far as I can tell, is only exclusive to that port, which is, like, really annoying. I kind of wish M2 would have included it in any of the later Fantasy Zone ports, because that one also has, like, an arrange mode where you can add in some tracks and stuff, and you just have to press a certain key on the keyboard. I suppose you could boot into it too, but when I tested it on an emulator, it just wasn't working. Like, it would start, then like the screen would, I don't know, lock. I don't remember what the screen would exactly do, but and also this is not a great stage 3, but we're doing okay. But it would eventually just lock with an error and not read the disk anymore, so whatever boot option that was doing was not working. But at least get access to it that way, but yeah. But in that particular port, maybe this is something I will show off at some point, although I'm not that good at Fantasy Zone, so I'll probably have to save state for that. Is in every single level there is a secret Harrier coin. Like they're all like different ones that spell, you know, HA, etc. They get by destroying a certain base first in each level, starting from like the rightmost one in the first level, then you do the second to rightmost, and the second level, and so on. And then if you beat level 7 and you have all the coins in your stock, you get taken to the secret space area level, and that's just neat. So that was the kind of thing that Denpa did. So eventually, although they kind of disappeared in the early 90s, like at least the software division did. Microsoft is still a company around today, mostly known for their XRGB upscalers. But even though like that one, some of the staff eventually founded Rutubo Games, which worked on some of the Sega Ages ports for the Saturn. In fact, the Japanese versions are really the better ones. I assume you know that already, but those are the ones that have, because they're all on separate discs, those have arranged soundtrack options and some other extra options as well, like, I don't remember what all of them are, but for Outrun, For instance, you can switch between the Japan and the overseas track, and then it also has a secret smooth mode, which actually updates the track at 60 FPS rather than the 30 it originally did. Like, the game itself runs at 60, but the track only updates at 30, and, so I guess if you want that smoother look, I'm not sure if that affects anything else. And I don't remember what the other ports like had in terms of bonuses, but they had quite a bit. Oh. Okay, I think we're still fine though. There, yeah, it's kind of weird also that they just decided to retire the Sega Ages label. Like, I'm not sure what was up with that, in particular. Because, oh no. Yeah, that's my least favorite attack from that boss, is the, other, yeah. I mean, it's a nice game, and it's a very good play on words. I mean, I think, Sega's European marketing division used it anyway in some of their ad campaigns. Like, to be this good, it takes ages. And then the ages would transform into Sega right at the end. Okay, we're going into this with 2 hearts. We can probably still do it, but still very close, that's for sure. Yeah. And just also the fact that, like, it's been used across console generations. Like, it started on the Saturn, but then they had, like, the whole PS2, you know, budget title series there. Which most of the really good stuff in that one didn't leave Japan, but there's still some stuff that was just over to the west. Just there. It got better once Sega realized that, like, if they do straight up ports rather than 3D remakes, those can work better. Hold on. Like, that even... Oh! Paying attention there. Right, just dodge these guys. Like, I could, in theory, destroy them, but that's only if I got the, Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They, used Aegis for the Switch port, but I remember looking it up and they were retiring that one. That name for some reason. But yeah, my favorite is of the Sega Ages probably like the last one, which is the Fantasy Zone Collection, because it has like the completely newly made remake of Fantasy Zone 2 onto Sega 16 hardware, which there's even an actual arcade port of that M2 made, because they're just that dedicated to making a definitive, to making what an actual arcade version of Fantasy Zone 2 would have been like. Then it was used on the 3DS, which I didn't have because I didn't have a 3DS, but those were really good because those were just M2 ports of classic Sega games, so. Then there was a Switch one. Probably my favorite of that one, which I still have yet to buy any of those, is the Phantasy Star, because that includes a whole bunch of quality of life improvements and overlays and other stuff that make it really interesting, apparently. There was like a whole bunch of interviews that I saw from the game, and one of the things that they really wished was that they could consult Yuji Naka on there, because like one of the things that they added into the game was a bestiary, which includes all the enemy animations. Problem was, this was the era when basically every single byte of space counted, so Yuji Naka made like a different compression algorithm for pretty much every single enemy animation. So it was really hard to actually try to figure out how to get them to just display elsewhere. That's just interesting. So yeah, that's definitely one of the ports that I'll probably pick up for now that I have a Switch. And honestly, I would absolutely love if there was like a full scale, even like a, just like a, HD 2D style remake of Phantasy Star 2 that adds in not just quality of life improvements, but also like expands on the whole story and themes of the game a bit, because I feel like it's the game that most deserves a remake, even though just because of its relative obscurity and the fact that Sega Japan probably wouldn't want to take as big of a risk, then it probably won't happen. I would just absolutely love that, because I love Phantasy Star 2 as a game, but like its gameplay is... Oh no, okay. Yeah. Okay, that was very close. I'm going to do one more try. And if this doesn't work, then I'm gonna be moving to Outrun. Yeah. But like, just the problem is just because like the nature of RPGs then was just a lot of grinding. That's what a lot of the gameplay consisted of, and then so yes, a night full of one more tries. That's just this type of game, which I guess is a good thing. Like, the fact that you just want to keep on going back and playing more is a good thing. Like, that's also how I felt with Bayonetta. Like, I didn't get a good rank the first time because you really aren't going to. Like, there was, like, maybe 3 levels that I got anything higher than Stone. But who knows? Also, Bayonetta's kind of spoiled me a bit on some of the action games for like, there were 2 things I think that I was seeing. First of all, I was watching Scuddy at one point play through the Devil May Cry series, and like, Bayonetta really puts an emphasis on dodging, like, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure idea. Like, it's just a general idea of games. It's not really so much of any gameplay considerations other than the fact that Bayonetta has a Space Harrier section in the game. But as I was saying about the Devil May Cry, like, those games, like, the dodging is a bit more limited. Like, Bayonetta, you're encouraged to dodge, especially after you get the animal form. Like, then that kind of eliminates the issue of just dodging too much and flipping over. Then, I've also got Witch Time and some of the other, like, just-in-time dodge that you can get upgraded. So, like, a lot of time where the game really encourages you to dodge, and that, works out extremely well, that you can, like, sometimes just have, your right trigger at the ready. But... There. The other one, there was like... Oh yeah. So the other one was the fact that the game is also very combo heavy, which really means that canceling animations is good. Like a lot of action games from that era. I was also watching a video about the 3D Castlevania games. Like, some of them end up having that, including The Lord of Shadow, which would have been contemporary at the time of Bayonetta. Even though they both kind of went for slightly different inspirations there, but... Like, just to give an idea of, like, another kind of vaguely similar game that came out around that time. Like, you have to wait for animations to finish before moving on to the next one. While Bayonetta is, built heavily on combos, so you're gonna have a lot of just cancel, X move into... Like, yeah, you got a lot of cancels, or even just like one of the dodging things, like the dodge offset there, which is like, I wouldn't say it's a really important mechanic so much as it's just pretty... Okay. I was not paying attention as much as I should have, because I was trying to think of how to phrase, but it's a good mechanic. right there, so that allows you to just basically dodge inside of a combo. Then, yeah, okay, I'm gonna restart. I was taking too much damage on stage 2. So, as I was saying, yeah. So you even got, like, the dodge option where you could dodge in the middle of a combo and you need to resume it right after the dodge. So, like, you're not really stuck in whatever you're doing. So that's another nice thing about it. That's probably also just spoiled me a bit in terms of that specific style of action game. Also, the quick time events, like, at least the ones for actually finishing off bosses most of the time were just kind of dependent on pressing, you know, B and Y at a specific point, and then just the mashing was all optional. That was all just for extra points and halos. So, like, the only real times you really had the press X not to die kind of quick time events were in the cutscenes. And there were occasional times during the gameplay where we did have to mash to, like, get out of an attack or something, but it wasn't too often. So, like, it wasn't like some, like, you know, God of War or Force Unleashed kind of games where you have to, like, do specific finisher sequences, and if you mess that up, the boss is gonna just gain a bit more health, and you're gonna have to continue fighting it. In fact, Castlevania even had that in Dawn of Sorrow with the touchscreen, and I don't think anyone liked that. I certainly didn't. Oh, whatever, that's not a big deal. We'll get that health back at the end. I also like how the boss kills are... You have successive point values. Oh no. Okay, that just... Yeah, okay. Crashing into that pillar just stunned me a bit. So apparently that still is a mechanic in that game. And even though a pillar of that strength in the original Space Harrier would have absolutely... Okay, yeah, I don't need to fight those. Would have absolutely killed you. And here it doesn't damage you at all. Yeah, these enemies also you don't have to... Like, some enemies kind of stay on the screen a bit or fire shots. Like these mushrooms fire shots, and then there are some enemies later on. But at least, like, those that you don't, you can just focus on dodging. But, this is one of my overall points there also, is that, like, the specific comparison really may not. It's just like the mark of a really good game is one that you're gonna want to come back to. Like, yes, not every game has, you know, replay value, necessarily needs specific things to be like, okay, now the game's gonna be different enough that you're gonna want to play it again. And there certainly are things that you can only experience the first time. Oh. So, like, you can't exactly just lose all your memories and repeat your experience from scratch, but... Like, there are plenty of games where you just want to go back to it and play it normally, even though it's gonna be kind of the same thing, and... the game definitely feels like that. Don't try to do a whole lot, but it is a very well put together game for what it is. And, oh... Wrong side there. And what it is very cheap, so... as I said before, there are a lot worse ways that you could spend $5 on Steam. Okay, if I do stage 3 fine, we might be good still. Like, being down 1 heart going into stage 3 is no issue at all. I just kind of wish they give you a full heart rather than a half. These enemies, do you have to destroy them? No, you don't. You don't. They pounce at specific points. And then... I'm not even sure what those enemies do, other than, like, just give you points. I mean, they're cute enemies, and I'm glad they're here. I'm just not sure how they're supposed to actually get you. Oh, yeah, so these enemies are my least favorite part. And yeah, other than the wingmate system, it doesn't really add anything specific to the formula, but it doesn't have to. Like, I think I've gone off on this at some point before, or maybe not on stream specifically, but like, I don't think every game really has to be super original or subversive or meta or anything like that. Like, sometimes you could just have a game that's good at what it does specifically. And this is definitely an example of being a game that's exactly good at what it set out to do. Hey, yeah, go back to the ripples again. That's easier than the tongue targeting. Or that kind. Okay. 4 hearts going into stage 4. Fine. Oh, 4.5. Like, yeah, having a game that brings something new is nice, or definitely gives you a unique experience. I'm very, you know, I do like those games, but I also do like games like these that just try something simple, do it really well, and you enjoy playing the game a lot, which I'm certainly doing here, because otherwise I would not be trying this game so often. Although, being a big Space Harrier fan, I guess I was kind of predisposed to liking it, like, would have had to do a lot in order to do so, and yeah. Yes, even though it's not as long as Space Harrier, and it doesn't have, like, the bonus stages, or some of the, stage types, it's all just a very enjoyable game that you probably tell just from watching me play anyway. And that's the thing, like, I think nowadays I subscribe to Dot Level's theory that there's no really such thing as an objectively good or bad... Oh, wait, these enemies I have to watch out for. There's no such thing as an objectively good or bad game, but there are definitely, like, games that I know I will enjoy, and games that I don't think I will enjoy. Yeah. The enemies are really annoying. Yeah, okay, these... Yeah, that seems like basically what they had in mind there. I guess a bigger nap. I guess that's why the game is called Top Nap. That's not really something I know. That just feels like it might be a meme among the weird weeb types that... You know what I'm talking about. Sounds very similar to something else. I don't think that was like a consideration. I don't think anyone really... Okay. 3.5 hearts. We might be able to do that this time. Let's see. Okay, it is. Okay, yeah. I wasn't sure, necessarily, like, how much that would have been, like, a big meme in Japan or anything. Oh, okay, there is a hat. Okay. Yeah, so I guess someone noticed and realized it would be profit off that. Yeah, there's that kind of series, but... Hey, if it's got good stuff in it, I'll look into it. I think now we're at the actual final boss part. Yeah. Now we're actually at R4. Oh! I didn't realize that just at the last second, which is why my exclamation was rather loud. Sometimes you can tell when I say that or like, oh no, or something. It's like when I realize I'm about to die just too late. I guess this is one of the reasons I also like Toho, because it has death bombing in some of the games. Like it's... Oh. Okay. Yeah, I did not do well there. Yeah, okay. I think the best... I'm about to say the best strat is to stay out of there. Okay, how long is it? It's been 2 hours, honestly. So I think, you know what? I'm gonna continue doing this. And then, I might just end stream. Because I am getting a bit tired, also. This is like the one unfortunate thing about this time slot. Yeah, I think we got a bit closer, and if I wasn't hit by, like, attacks early on in that boss fight, I might have been able to do it, but... Yeah, I think for that attack, yeah, staying, like, I kept on trying to just go right into the middle of all of them, but I think if I just, stay right into... Like, I wasn't, like, the thing is, also, when I planned this stream originally, I wasn't really sure of anything about this game other than the fact that I knew it was a short space harrier like. So, like, if there was just normal mode, or if it just took me very quickly, that's why I had plans for something else. But this is probably taking me long enough at this point. Yeah, it's been over 2 hours according to my uptime on the bottom OBS. Oh, I took a hit right at the end, but that's no big deal because we're gonna get that health back right away. Yeah, basically it seems like it's good to just play for survival in this game. Like, just dodge anything that you can't easily kill. Because, I get to survive, and a lot of enemies will just not stay on screen, so... just kind of do their thing and then go off. And... oh, I crashed into something on the ground. Oh, nice! The wingmates can pick up the coins. You don't actually just need Nep to do that. Alright, got some good patterns on this boss at least. It wasn't an issue at all. Yeah, these wolves just need to... Well, interestingly, these coins kind of do follow, like, one of those dragons in the bonus stage levels of Space Harrier, the kind of pattern that you would take when you're flying through that level. You have to be aware about the swiping enemies. Oh. I think I've quite built the timing muscle memory for when that boss actually fires tongue. Which gets annoying when there's just something blocking my circle strat. Like one of those spike balls. Like here. Sometimes I could build it up after doing a lot of time. Like, I remember specifically there was one time I was at the eye doctor, and I had to do a certain test where it's like, if you saw a dot flash anywhere in the vicinity, like this was, you know, test peripheral vision and stuff, you would press a clicker. But since it always came at the same interval, like, I eventually just got the muscle memory and would, like, inadvertently do it, even if I didn't necessarily see one. I had to, like, stop myself from doing that all the time. Playing video games can do it to you sometimes. Oh, no. Yeah, like these enemies are a bit persistent, so those ones you have to actually take out. Oh. Oh no! I didn't realize how I got hit by that one. Yeah, this is not looking good right now. But I'm still gonna play this out. It's still enough hearts now going into the end of stage 3. Yeah, so the cutters there are always high and low. These RCA jacks do seem a bit random, but not in any way that can actually hurt you. It's also kind of hard to tell, so you could end up in a bad position where you just get hit by the CD cutter. But that boss wasn't an issue. It was just the rest of the stage that was draining my health a lot. Let's see if we can still do this. These enemies also don't fire anything. They're not that harmful. You can still run too if you're not careful enough, but not too big of an issue. Not like those. Oh no, okay, I was on the wrong part of the screen there. Problem. I should really just vertically dodge. Because that's reliable every time. Okay, I think last. Yeah, this was last. Okay, good. We're starting out with a decent attack that I could actually do just fine. Oh. Okay, yeah, you know what? I think, actually, you know what? Okay, I have it in me. I was about to say I was gonna end, but I have it in me for one more attempt. Like, actually just one more. It's also getting pretty close to 10:30. But I suddenly feel motivated to play on just a bit more. I was hoping that would be the run, but I got hit too much in stage 4 and by those enemies in stage 5. I have to remember, yeah, just vertically dodge those. That becomes much easier. Also, I do like how the enemies in this stage are all vegetable themed. Very nice and cute. What? Okay. Never mind. I think I'm just... yeah. You know what? Yeah, I'll just start here. Hello next time. Welcome. Yep, well, we already went to the top in normal mode. We're just trying hard mode. Which is actually quite difficult, because you only get, you got no continues and 1/2 heart refill for each stage, and every damage is half a heart, so you basically have to be really, careful. And I've been getting pretty close. I've been getting, all the way to the final boss, but I haven't been able to beat her yet in this mode. Yeah, because those mushrooms shoot straight toward me, I'm not really worrying as much. These enemies, yeah, these also go off screen after, but... they're not really as much of an issue either. Oh. That's no big deal. Not really sure what these enemies do other than float menacingly. Okay, time for the ancient dragon again. You first. Charge, when are you gonna do pet it? Yeah, if this was a longer stream, I definitely would have taken a break by now, but I guess it's part of the reason I do this stream for 2 to 3 hours, because that way I don't really need to. Yeah, these enemies, unfortunately, it seems like you have to destroy, because otherwise just keep on attacking you. Oh no. Oh. Realized that was what you're gonna do next. Thought you might have gone to the targeting, but well, this is better anyway. Alright, that's still very good going at stage 4. So it's getting out of stage 4 that's the bigger issue. And yeah, next time, do you like Space Harrier? Because that's actually the reason I bought this game. I don't know much about Neptunia. Jeb in chat here does. But I just heard about this from some point when I was in a different stream chat and thought it'd be a really nice game to pick up. And it certainly has. I've been really enjoying this. I've been playing this for a while. Yeah, it's those and... Yeah, sometimes it can be really hard to get the exact angle that you want. Oh no! Stop crashing into things. Like, this level just gets very chaotic near the end. That's where I lose most of my health. Yeah, okay. Oh! Let's say there I got hit because I wasn't quite doing, well... Here it's best to just avoid the CDs and only get the coins when I really can. Oh, I got some bad patterns there. We're gonna come in with 2 hearts. I mean, that's not the worst thing. Certainly better than coming in with 1 or half a heart, but... Let's see, because this really is gonna be my last try. Like, unless I'm like 1 hit away, maybe then I'll continue, but it is getting late and I am getting tired. What's the... Oh yeah, the ones that punch at you. Those, okay, now I remember what my strat is now. You just vertically dodge. Stay on the bottom and vertically dodge. Yeah. There we go, that worked. Then the only other thing is this part, which... Okay. We're ready for the final boss. We got a wingmate, and we're not even... didn't take any damage on the stage itself, so... Only this particular attack that I just find really tough. Yeah. This one can also be if you're kind of thrown off or you have too much distance, but I think I've figured that one out. Oh. Oh no. Yeah, okay. I think I'm done here. We got close, but I think that's gonna be enough for now.